Welcome to Life and Death on the Rim, the Star Wars audio experience that puts you in the cockpit as we travel across a galaxy far, far away. In an effort to provide you with the best quality audio experience on the market, we have worked tirelessly for over 2.5 years to bring our vision to life. If you feel our product has enriched your life, or if you would like to support us in our journey to continue making high-quality content, we humbly ask that you consider making a donation at lifeanddeathontherim.com. There you'll find links for both Patreon members and one-time donors. Your generosity will enable us to bring even more content driven by our passion, commitment to excellence, and the love and support of our fans. None of this would be possible without you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
The following production is brought to you by Galactic North Productions. This audio drama is best enjoyed with headphones to appreciate the entire spectrum of the audio experience.
I can't do this. I can't do this. What did I just do? Not her. How could I leave her? I gotta go back. What am I doing? We gotta go back! I'm turning us around!
Killik, get your head on straight, kid.
No. Listen.
Zeb, we're going back!
No, we are not!
Killik, I need you to listen. Naja is dead. She's gone. Get it? Not here anymore. Do you know what's waiting for us back on Mos Eisley? Do you remember where your head was not an hour ago?
Yeah.
How safe are we? We need a group meeting.
Don't leave your places. They could be after us still.
We're fine. No one's following us at light speed.
You positive? I've heard stories.
And stories is all they are. No chance on that one. Killik, come. We need to talk about the state of things. Killik, come on.
Fine. Fine.
Okay. For the moment, it appears we're going to be needing to stick together until we sort this out. Personally, I don't see any other options. If we stop for too long, we'll be taken. At least, until we get away from Tatooine.
I'd say that sounds about right.
You said you were plotting a course on the Navidad. I'm guessing that's where we're headed right now. Where to?
Quickest place I could think of on our way out. Utemuk. We'll be there in only a few time parts.
And before we know it, so will the bounty hunters. We need a plan.
How's our hyperfuel?
It's low.
How low is low?
It means we'll be sitting banthas if we don't get more in the next day or so. Depending on travel. It's so low it's hard to get an accurate read.
So, we've got bounty hunters that'll be on our tail. Low on hyperfuel.
Ichuta. How are we on funds? Come on. Not everyone all at once. We need to think like a team for galaxy's sake. I'll go first. I've got about 600.
I'm not too far off. Maybe 1,000, give or take?
Well, you're both doing much better than me. Let's see here. That's 50, 80, something like 150. I'll admit, I was not planning on getting let go so soon.
Well, that's better than nothing. Killik.
Probably about the same.
Not bad. So we're at about 2,000 altogether. What's hyperfuel cost these days? We need to check our food situation.
Bill, you don't have credits, come on.
It appears he does.
How did you get those? An investment? What kind of investing have you been doing?
The silk leku?
That does not sound above the board.
You never mentioned this before. What? What do you mean we aren't close like that?
The droid is a shareholder in a Twi'lek brothel on Romamul.
You're careful. What does that even mean?
Okay, can we get back on track here? Well, this means we're at 3,000 credits total.
Whatever. I'm glad you're making some creds. I've always thought you were quite the resourceful R8 model.
Okay, so there will be a station at Utemuk. We'll get some reception. We'll be able to find ourselves a job, perhaps. Might not be pretty, but
It beats dying.
it beats dying. Precisely.
We'll see about getting ourselves some rations. Nothing fancy.
And we'll check the hyperfuel cost. Anything else?
I think that about covers our basics. We get there, we find food, fuel, and a job.
A job that isn't in Gorga's turf.
Correct.
Hey, John, you scout for food. I'll check the jobs terminal. Zeb and Hector need to continue repairs. Nothing too invasive, though, obviously. We need the ship ready at a moment's notice.
Sounds good.
That'd be the alert for exiting hyperspace. Let's get to our stations. There it is. Utemuk. Too bad we don't have time to go for a look around. Let's stay focused, everyone.
Unidentified starship, please identify yourself.
They want identification? Griff, what do I tell them? Bill, give them our ID number.
Not the ID number, give them the name. Do it.
Identification, please.
Was that a Rhodian I just heard?
What is the purpose of your visit to Utemuk?
Apologies. Droid is a little slow on response. Was just aft, making some readjustments. Pulled a gas gear. Just stopping in for some fuel and looking for some work as well, if that's all right, fellow spacer.
That is definitely a Rhodian. Are you serious, Zeb?
All is well, Cass. You may proceed. Please dock at Bay Alpha 30, sending coordinates now. Good to have you, friend.
Well, that's it. Prepare for the trip back to Mos Eisley.
Hector, easy.
Are you kidding? Listen, Zeb, listen, I really appreciate you all for saving me from that Schvott storm back there. But from what I've heard, my guess is it's all over for us.
It's not like that.
Yes, it is. Rhodians, Zeb, they're the worst kind of scum in the galaxy. Informants, bounty hunters, they flip like a coin from what I've heard.
Not true at all. Purely propaganda. I swear I've had more fierce friends in Rhodians than perhaps any other species in space. Bad rap for no reason. I swear to you, Hector. But listen, it goes without saying, if the word is out already, and there's a price on our heads, well, we aren't safe anywhere for that matter. But I'd guess they're still sorting things out back on Tatooine. Figuring out just how they want to handle this little fiasco. Huts don't like being crossed. No, but quick to action, that's not their style either. Especially Gorga. Remember the time Onigdochi guard shark crossed him? Did he lash out and slap a bounty on that scumbag? Did he?
No.
No. He had us track him for weeks until the timing was perfect. Right?
Not exactly a fun trip, if I recall. 20 days and nights across Tatooine, sleeping in dumps, wishing I was back in Iridonia.
Point taken. But that doesn't mean he hasn't done it already.
No, it means that we aren't going to assume anything and lose our heads. Let's play this smart. Everyone keeps their comms open.
Fine.
Docking.
Gentle, remember that. Repulsor lift thrusters. Hector, I'll handle the coaxium regulator if you can jump on those thrusters.
You got it.
Okay, Killik, let's move.
And no weapons. We are not causing another scene today.
Probably right.
Fine. Let's go.
And the holdout, Killik.
Seriously? I've never been caught once with that thing, you know?
All right. Food. Where's the food?
Gonna be that way, probably. Toward command. Big guys always like to keep the commissary close.
Sounds about right. And you?
Yeah. Looking for it.
There. That looks like a job spot over by the cantina.
So it is. Alright, I'll catch you in a bit. And the holdout, Killik. Griffin nerf herder. Not gonna let me see your body. Rhodians. Get a hold of yourself, Killik. Get a hold of yourself.
Hey, you there.
Just keep moving. Leave me alone.
I've seen your face before. What do you say we do this the easy way, and no one gets hurt? You're coming with me to the Rhodian Acting School. Be a part of our traveling troupe as we entertain guests across the Trielius trade route. What you say?
You know I could kill you for that. Just that, what you did there. About giving me a cripping heart attack.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just it's a character I put on. Listen, wait, are you actually wanted? You got a bounty on your head?
Damn. What's your name?
Peshveer. Listen, I would love to travel with you if it's not a burden. You see, acting is my passion, and
Pesh. Great to meet you. I'm Killik. Listen, if you want, I could do you a solid.
Yeah?
Yeah, I won't shoot you in the head in 3 seconds if you're out of my sight.
Ooh, Killik, I just...
3.
This an act of some... Are you doing a bit?
2.
The auditioning? You have to tell... I can't tell... This
1.
is a bit... Okay, we'll be at the Rune World Theater on the 37th. Try and stop by.
That guy does not give up easily.
Welcome to Job Spot, your galactic source for bounties, transporting opportunities, skip tracing, and more. How can I help you today?
Mute. Alright, let's see. Searching for something in Sector R16. Mechanics needed on Anchorhead, Tatooine. Nope. Bounty hunter for hire. Arcanus Sector Geonosis. Not happening. Ugh. Let's see. No. No. Everything here is right around Tatooine. Wait, what is this? Reconnaissance. Need info on factory schematics and production output Hypori. That doesn't seem... Guys! Guys!
What you got?
Can't talk right now. Yeah, that's fine. Bring him over here. But I can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna send you something, alright? This looks perfect. Recon
on Hypori.
Killik, we're trying to work on something. Can't this wait?
Contact name, Mr. G. Request, looking for production info and factory schematics. C coordinates. Needs immediate rush. Energy signal on planet should lead to target. Caution, keep low profile. Hostiles on planet. Compensation, 25,000 credits.
Wait.
What?
25,000 credits. That would get us hyper fuel, the ship fixed up. Nice profit for each of us. We could have a bit of breathing room. Zeb, check this out.
This is it.
Charges. These
Wait.
are barely even strapped down.
So, how does 25,000 split among 4 people?
Okay, Bill, we hear you. You'll find it offensive. Well then, prove yourself useful, and maybe we'll split it 5 ways. Meet back at the ship as soon as possible. Let's talk this over as a group.
Copy. I'll be there soon.
Same. Just wrapping this up.
Okay, Hector, let's make it quick.
Right.
Alright then. Now, does this thing have... There we go. Personal account balance. Let's do it. What do we got? Enter your personal identification code. Come on. There we go. Credits. What? Criff. If they see this, they're gonna kill me. Exit.
It's our pleasure to serve all beings regardless of visual ability.
No.
Here's your credit balance. Mr. Killik Faz.
No.
10,500.
Killik, you ready?
And 77 credits. Welcome to Job Spot.
What's up? Something with the machine? I need to make sure they didn't just overcharge me.
Can't get anything out. And I think they're onto us. Come on, let's go.
You sure? What happened? I've only got part of the rations here. They're supposed to deliver the
No
rest
time.
in...
We gotta leave. Zeb, Hector, we gotta raise ship immediately.
What? What's going on?
This Rhodian bounty hunter. He spotted me. I scared him off, but he's gone to get others. They're gonna try to take us down. The bounty's out on us. Probably all of us.
He ran past me at the commissary.
Damn. All right, you heard him. Let's get this thing off the ground. I'll jump on the gun.
What do we do about the hyperfuel?
We'll have to chance it. Just get back here right away. Starting up now. Ramp will be open for you.
Where are we headed?
Where do you think? Hypori. Plugging in coordinates now. I'll be prepping the jump.
I hope we make it.
I swear at this rate, we'll still be working on the thrusters by life day.
This is HC Ogden. Welcome back to Life and Death on the Rim, the Star Wars audio experience that puts you in the cockpit as we travel across the galaxy far, far away. This is episode 1, Fractured. So strap in, don't touch that lever. Let's get back to the action.
And there it is, Hypori.
That took a bit longer than I'd like, if I'm being honest.
Well, I had to make something work with our fuel reserves. Hyperfuel was so low. I figured a small skip to get us out of Demuk. Then we split from the trailers and make the rest of our way on sublight engines. Better than the feeling of getting jolted out of hyperspace when our hyperfuel runs out. Trust me on that one. Killik, you okay to keep piloting?
Yeah. Just thinking of Naj. I just keep thinking if I would have done something. If I wouldn't have...
You know, back on Iridonia, where I grew up, we had this plant called Bluth. I should also mention it was about the only plant that grew there, because, as you may know, Iridonia isn't exactly what most would consider hospitable. It smelled of... Have you ever smelled sweet blossom?
Haven't just smelled it. Yeah, another one.
As a girl, sometimes I would smell Bluth for hours when I could. It never got old. And when someone would pass on, we would plant some next to where they were buried, so their spirit could pass on into the flower. When it bloomed, it was said they were having great days in their next life. Killik, I knew Najah only a little bit, but she was like one of those flowers, the sweetest smelling Bluth.
I like that. I think I may go plant some for her, if we ever get back to Tatooine.
I've been through enough cycles to know one thing, Killik. Things never stop changing. I'm sure one day we'll be able to return and give our thanks.
I think I'd very much like that as well. And I should give you all a word of gratitude. I know you've been pulled into this mess because of me.
Hector,
Yet, there is not another crew that I would rather be stuck with. Without you all, I would be dead. I will say this, I was ready. I am ready to join my family. But this is a second chance, a new purpose. And for that, I thank you. Najah as well.
To a new purpose. Looks like we're coming in on atmosphere.
I think it's time to strap in and hold tight. It's not looking pretty. Killik, see that ion storm over the southern hemisphere? Let's avoid it if we can.
Afraid that won't be possible. Look at the scanners. Energy signature, but 2 of them. Mr. G only mentioned 1 in the job. Good news is they're both sort of next to each other. Bad news, they're right under the storm.
And coming in outside of the storm, then heading that way wouldn't be possible because we'll get spotted.
That may actually work to our benefit, though. The storm. You 2 nerve herders can fly us through it, that is. We shoot down, use the storm as cover, get right to our objective. That's our best chance at low profile. Scanners telling us anything else?
Mountains jutting up all over the surface. May not be the easiest landing. Killik, you sure you feel comfortable?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay then. Let's do it.
Which energy source?
Let's do the one closest to the equator.
Any reason?
Call it intuition.
This is the part where I shut up. But just know I hate you all for this.
Hitting cloud coverage in 5. Taking her straight down through, en route to target.
Let's see what she can handle. Hull stress is okay for the moment.
When we reach the other side, it's gonna be sharp.
We just need to reach the other side.
1 time part till planetfall.
Okay, I'm switching us over to autopilot.
Do not. Are you crazy?
No, storm's too bad. I don't think you can land us. ship's main control system. For galaxy's sake.
It's alright, we can...
What's happening?
It's fine. We can just switch back over to manual.
No, we can't. I just tried it. The override isn't working.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
And what do we do in this case?
The ship goes into free fall until it crashes on planet, or the computers come back up.
And how long till the computers are back up?
Could be a minute, could be 2.
Not going to happen. We're going to figure this out.
We left our fate to the computer.
What did I just say? We're going to figure this out and work with me, Killik. We've got our autopilot engaged. Our computers are down. Bill, get in here. Plug into that terminal and see if you can jumpstart the systems. Hector, go after the ship's engine compartment. Get ready.
For what?
Just gripping to it. Killik, hang tight on that yoke.
Got it!
Bill, how are we looking? Griff. Alright then, Hector. We're turning off all power. Are you ready?
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
We don't have time! We're 20 seconds from surface!
Hector, turn off the engine. Wait. Systems are coming back online.
Overriding autopilot? It's working! Back to manual? I've got it!
We're okay?
We're okay.
Pulling up!
Killik, thrusters.
I've got it! Hey, I did my best.
That's 2 rough landings in a row now.
And we haven't died yet. We're on a roll. Wow. Look at that. They're everywhere.
Wow. Those weren't mountains. They were starships.
See those trails in the atmosphere? Starships just passed through here. Which means we don't have much time. And it looks like we've landed a bit off course.
Bill's gonna stay here and work on the systems. This ship isn't going anywhere too soon without some help. The rest of us can go and check out that energy source. Doesn't look like the factories around here. Must have been the other souls. Hector, Aegeon, are you two okay?
I've felt better, but I'm fine.
Just happy to be on planet.
Good. We've got the signal here for the energy source. Let's head there. I'll bet it's inside one of these ships.
This way. I think it's that Venator class up ahead. Almost there.
The Star Destroyer? How's that gonna help us?
Well, the other signal's too far out. I mean, if we spend all day working on the ship and getting over there...
But we need factory schematics, not Star Destroyer schematics.
If we don't find anything here, we'll turn back and check on the ship.
Or we can just start heading toward the other energy signal, since this clearly is the wrong one.
We're already here. I mean, why don't we just check it out?
Here. Hector and I will go check on the other signal. You two can check out this one. If you finish before us, go grab the ship and come get us.
And the patrols. You think Killik and I can manage fighting off one of those on our own? Or you two?
Look. Okay, we'll do this. Look, Zeb and Aegeon, right? Then me and Killik.
Tell me I'm crazy and did not just hear that.
That does not sound friendly.
Whatever's living out here, I don't think is.
Group up and stay close. Let's see what it is.
Massive. By itself. Probably smells us.
They travel in packs mostly. Could be split off from its group.
Well, we're gonna find out soon enough. Come on. back hunters.
Unless it's hungry enough.
Nice, Massive. Good, Massive.
Killik, quit it. I don't think this one's alone, guys. Look, on the bridge.
A whole pack of them. They were behind us the whole time.
I bet they've been tracking us since we landed.
Let's just move slowly. The ship isn't too far off. We'll make it there before they...
They're coming. Move!
The Star Destroyers, our only chance. We're almost there. Just keep it moving.
We need to turn around and fight!
Not if you want to end this day in one piece. Come on, Killik!
Here we go! Zip!
I've got him! Just get inside! Come on, you four-legged genius! Let's go!
Up here!
Hurry!
You first, Zeb. Come on!
This I can do.
Okay, my turn. I've got it!
Killik, take my hand!
Opening fire!
Don't. It's too risky.
Galactic piece of dog!
Grab on! Here we go! Up!
We gotcha.
Bacta, who's got it?
I've got it in here somewhere.
Damn. I swear I had a sick jump game back in my grandpa days.
Shut up, Killik. Here, AGO.
I've got it. Give me that. Here we go. Now, it's not gonna work miracles, but you won't have to worry about losing this foot.
Anybody got a plan for how we're gonna get to the signal now that we as a group are missing a limb? No offense.
Hey, I've got more. A Carillion, a Doug, a Zabrak, and a... Where are you from again, Hector?
Waldwell.
Waldweltian. Welcome to Star Destroyer.
I say we split up. Killik's not getting to the bridge in this condition.
Blast doors are closed. Doors side center on the spine. Plenty of hangers, if you can make it there. Killik, can you walk?
Careful. All right.
Maybe to the hangar. Yeah, if it's close.
Hector and I will go check out the boat bridge. My guess is that'll be where the signal's at. See if you can find us something to get back to our ship with.
All right.
Got it. Come on. Let's try this way. Now, tell me the rest of this nerf brain joke of yours.
So, a Carillion, a Doug, a Zabrak, and a Waldweltian welcome to Star Destroyer. The Carillion goes, "Aren't you all glad the Empire's dead?"
Correct. I thought you hurt your ankle, not your head.
My jokes were never that great.
So, which way you thinking?
Let's see. There'll be a maintenance access hatch on the next level. Let's try and get there.
Oh no, after you.
Wow. Zeb, you weren't joking when you said plenty of hangars. This is Zorko.
So you found the blast doors. Good. Now pick a ship to get us back to our HWK.
We could have any of these ships, though. I think we need to see about upgrading.
No, I can't just fly anything. Don't have time to learn it. The HWK's perfect. It's Carillion. It's super rare. Crazy fast. Oh, great handling. We're not gonna find anything better that I can actually fly.
Only problem is the blast doors are closed. We're not making it out with anything unless we find a way to open those.
Which is where we come in. Zeb and I are on the port side bridge, and you wouldn't believe what we're seeing. Power's on.
Wait. What?
It looks like this place hasn't been too abandoned after all. We need to be on our guard.
But that means you can...
Get the blast doors open. There's a chance. Zeb's plugging in the terminal now. Just give us a time part.
Wish you could see the view up here, friends. Pretty sure I'm looking at the factory as we speak. Bill, I'm sending a data packet to the ship. It's encrypted. See what you can...
I'm sorry. What just happened?
Hey guys, what's going on?
We tripped their alarm. Zeb and I are heading back to the elevator. Just grab a ship.
What about the blast doors?
Good, Bill. Fantastic. Now, start seeing if you can get it decrypted.
Okay, Killik. What about this one?
Look at the rear thrusters. It'll drop like a stone.
That one?
Kappa shuttle? I hate those things. I mean, look at the design.
Killik, we need to go.
There, the lander. Let's try it. Come on. Okay, you're gonna be my co-pilot.
Me? No, just get us up. I can't.
Fine then. We'll wait here until whoever's operating that factory comes and kills us.
Ugh. What do I need to do?
See that screen? Let me know when it lights up.
It's on.
Great. Now navigate over till you see the armament. Let me know what it says.
I'm seeing a picture. It looks like for some missile launchers.
Yep. What's it say?
0.
Great. All right, here, take my data pad. Put those coordinates in on the next screen over. That's where we're headed.
Copy. Wait, what's that?
That'll be our scanners. Look, put in the coordinates and switch over to them once you're done. Then I'll need a systems check.
How do I... Okay, one thing at a time.
Zeb, Hector, how we doing? I'm aware! We've got incoming ships!
Okay, coordinates are in. And scanners show multiple droid ships.
Okay, those are vulture droids. Great work, Adrian. I'll take it from here. Looks like we've got about a half-time till company.
We were just waiting on you! Let's do it. Blast door's clear.
Systems show green all around. Good choice on the ship.
Okay, hey, John, let's strap in over here.
Got it.
There they are. Let's go.
Copy.
Hang on.
Diving!
I'm gonna be sick.
Let's make this interesting.
That's great, Bill. Now get the ship turned on. We're heading to you.
I think if we can just hold them off.
We've taken a hit to our engines.
Almost there!
We're going down. Engaging repulsors.
That's not gonna do anything.
Where?
I got you. Don't worry. I got you. Come on.
They're turning for another run on us.
Shields rear.
Copy. In a moment, Bill. Okay, deflector shields. Rear.
And we're up.
Okay, I'm gonna strap you in, Aegon. You hear me? Just sit tight. Stay here.
I'm headed to the gun.
All right, I'm gonna start giving you targets to hit. They'll be coming in from the rear.
The storm is still overhead. Killik.
My thoughts exactly. Reroute any power we don't need to the sublights and turn off everything but the scanners, engines, and ion cannon. Just follow my lead. Okay, Hector, let him have it!
5 ships. 4. They're shutting down. 3. Genius, Killik. The ion energy's rendering them useless. They're sitting Minox.
Excellent. Now let's get out of here.
Now that was fun.
Wait. Something's coming.
Let the storm handle it.
No. From ahead of us. In orbit. It's a gunship. We can't take it.
I don't think we have a choice. Hector!
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Moving shields forward.
Get systems back online! Dodging!
Get to the asteroid field.
I can't hit anything with you flying like this.
They're right on top of us!
We can't even make a jump now.
We'll just have to outsmart them. Somehow.
That's it.
What's it?
Hector, those charges.
What charges?
In the cargo hold, next to the Bacta.
I'm on it.
Bill, get to the cargo hold. Now if we can just time it properly. Bill, you're gonna want to secure yourself. Hector, get one of those charges to Bill.
I can't lose them!
Keep dodging. When I say straighten, you straighten out the flight path.
We're gonna cut it close.
1,000 meters. 900. Hector, how we doing?
Got it. Okay, now, Bill, she's all yours.
Grab a detonator.
2 steps ahead of you. I'll be ready.
Signaling cargo hold in 3, 2, 1. I'll tell you when, Hector.
Copy.
500 meters. Opening bay doors.
They're right on us!
400. Straight in. Bill, now. Blow it.
Got him! We got him!
I can't believe it. We did it.
Closing bay doors. Hector, check on Aegon.
If you can plot us a course, Zeb, I've got one last thing before we go. Let's see if that thing's weapons are still salvageable.
Now we're talking. Let's see. Where did this Mr. G want us to meet him? Whoa, Bill, whoa. Hey, who else can breathe in space but you on short notice? We didn't have time. Look, it worked, didn't it? And you've got the data decrypted. Excellent. Well, it looks like we're headed to Rishi. Show us what you got.
Thanks so much for listening. This is Lindsay Zanna, at Lindsay Zanna on social, and I play the character Aegon in Star Wars Life and Death on the Rim. This episode was a creation of Galactic North Productions. Please follow us at Galactic North Productions on social. Here are the credits for Episode 1, Fractured. This episode was produced, written, and directed by H.C. Ogden. Sound design and soundtrack by Cam Lee, at Killer Cam Lee on social. Co-written and co-directed by Eli Caswell. Co-produced by Eli Caswell and Cam Lee. For the rest of the Scarlet Crew, we've got H.C. Ogden, at H.C. Ogden, as Killik Faz. Eli Caswell, at The Prophecy 17, as Zeb Gaboro and Liam Hunt. And C.E., at C.E. on social, as Hector Silverwolf, intro narrator, and Pash Veer. Also joining us this episode, in order of appearance, we have Sam Williams as Rhodian Port Authority Officer, Jade at Jadis Nebula as JobSpot, and Mia Rora at Mia VA96 on CCC as Najah. Life and Death on the Rim is a work of fan fiction created inside the Star Wars expanded universe. A big thank you to Lucasfilm and Disney for providing such a rich world to create in. Life and Death on the Rim is a listener-supported podcast, and we welcome you to please visit our website at lifeanddeathontherim.com if you'd like to learn more about how you can support the series and others like it. This is a non-profit, unofficial fan series that is not intended for commercial use. Star Wars is owned by Lucasfilm Disney, and this fan series is not connected in any way to said companies.
Hey, Gian, get in here! Check out this data on the factory! Look at what they're making!
Okay, hold on! Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time on Life and Death on the Rim.
I'm gonna need to see some identification.
Hey!
Hello, Naja. Pleased to meet you. Name's Liam.
What do you want?
We want the same thing, gorgeous. The boy with the chance dice.